Hey guys, it's Pisces Moonbeam and welcome to Radko Tarot. For those of you who don't know me, please feel free to check out our Facebook pages. Just search Radko Tarot and scroll down the wall. You'll see a ton of posts from me, astrology and cards, and I hope you like this video. We are going to do a pick a pile reading for the full moon in Aries regarding current love energies. So I just want to say this as a disclaimer. I usually tend to channel for people that are going through tough times in relationships. Doesn't matter what kind of relationship. You could call it a twin flame, a soulmate. It really doesn't matter. It's just anybody who's experiencing a rough time or a challenging situation within a soul connection. So we're going to go into these piles. Each pile has 14 cards, and it's a special spread that I designed. And we're going to go through them one by one. This will be pile number 1, Rose Quartz, pile number 2, Green Adventurine, and pile number 3, Peach Moonstone. So take your time and look over all these piles, and if you want, you can pause the video. And then what I'm going to do is go one by one through each pile and unfold the cards and give you guys the reading. So once again, we're going to do the full moon in Aries coming up on the 20th, and it's going to be a big one. So let's get into it. Let's see what the love energies are that are coming up that we have in store, and I will be right back. So for those of you who picked pile number 1, Rose Quartz, let's see what we got. The current energy of the new moon in Aries is living in the past, self-sabotage, pain, regret, and stuck. So somebody in this connection, it could be you, it could be your person, is looking back on their life right now and things that they've experienced, things that they've seen, and they're dealing with this energy where they're stuck and they're overwhelmed with this gray energy, this cloud where they're feeling like they could possibly be regretting a lot of things that they've done in the past, and to the point where they're sabotaging themselves and they're feeling a lot of pain. So let's see what this is about. Okay, so this definitely has to do with a relationship, a strong one. It says love and devotion. So there could be some issues that are connected to the past. Sorry, I'm just trying to set this up for you guys here. There could be some issues that are connected to the past that are currently putting a strain on this relationship. Both of you could be looking into the past, which could be blocking this love and devotion and this union from coming through right now. So that's the current energy of the full moon in Aries. It's very bittersweet. There seems to be a union, there seems to be love, but there also seems to be a lot of debris and reminiscence of the past that could be getting in the way. Somebody could be feeling very regretful of their actions. They could be looking back and wondering, how do I fix this? How do I get here? As opposed to focusing on this union. The things that they're stuck on could have nothing to do with this union as well. However, it could be affecting them from coming forward and devoting themselves to the relationship. Now, the theme to all of this is vibration elevation, soul growth, and ascension. So there's definitely lessons to be learned here. There is definitely something that the universe is trying to teach the both of you, but this has to do with your own vibration. You have to, if you're the one that's stuck in the past, and if you're the one that's looking back on things that happened in this union that's keeping you in pain or tied to pain, tied to triggers, and in a habit of self-sabotaging, it's time to raise your vibration and go from this gray to this gold, and to basically understand that whatever happened, happened, and it was for your own soul's growth. It was for your own ascension. It was to teach you something to move forward, to move on with, to rise above. And this has to do with, okay, love clouds, assessing relationship potential. So there's a lot of questions. Things are definitely up in the air. You know, this love clouds and raising your vibration. From what I'm getting, the main message coming through is there could be something happening right now where either one of you or both of you are literally looking back on the past and everything that has led to this union and asking yourself, is this bringing me up? Is this bringing me down? Is this relationship something that has the potential to go the distance, or does it not? Are there too many question marks? I don't know if you can see in this card, there's a ton of question marks on the clouds. So there could be too many things right now that are unanswered. So if that's the case for whoever's watching this, do your best to focus on your own soul's growth and take what you can from the journey. I'm just going to move this over because there's more cards to come. So the underlying energy to all of this is energy clearing, clear away negative vibrations. And that means that you have to do your best to shake off whatever has happened in the past, whatever is blocking your own personal vibration and soul's growth to elevate, and clear away any negative energy that's clouding your ability to assess the relationships in your life and the potential. And if there's anything that's negative to the point where it's blocking your growth, or it's blocking your thoughts and you're staying stuck in a pattern, if there's people that you're talking to and they're giving you their own personal advice and you just don't like their energy, or even if it's this person that you're thinking of and they're bringing negative energy to the table, you have to do your best to clear it and move forward. And this has to do with our choices, okay? This says lifestyle, healthy choices, and boundaries. So maybe it would be best to look at certain things that have to do with what you've learned from the past and what you're currently being haunted by and carrying with you, and see where you can make some changes and set some boundaries so that when you feel that negative energy coming in, you're able to clear it and to shield yourself. And when you see that you're in situations and you don't necessarily like the way you're feeling and you don't like where your vibration's at and you don't feel like you're growing, that could be because you might have to make some changes to your lifestyle. Whatever's bringing in negative energy, it's time to clear it out and bring in healthy energy so that you can make healthy choices and set healthy boundaries for yourself as well. So the challenge, we have emotionally unavailable, locked off, closed, and stubbornness. So there's definitely locked out. There's definitely someone who isn't ready yet to open up and potentially be that person that you can rely on and who can openly be vulnerable and express themselves and their wants and their needs right now. And let's clarify this. Veil of passion, blinded by the desire. So in the challenge position, here's the deal. You or this person or the both of you could be so blinded by the desire that you have for each other that it's getting in the way of really being able to feel good and really see the relationship and the potential for what it is. And there could be so many lines that are blurred when it comes to the difference between passion and desire and lust, and being able to literally be there for somebody. So they're definitely in the challenge position. It's like the desire could be so strong that it could be overwhelming. And at the same time, the fact that somebody might be closed off could be actually, I don't want to say a turn on, but there's an expression, the more we want what we can't have. So this could be attractive to somebody, almost like a challenge. Like if someone's unavailable, it can be so much more intriguing and it can make things so much more taboo and exciting for some on a psychological level. So there definitely is an extreme desire to be close to this person, regardless of whether they're unavailable or not. And whenever I read, I always say, energy, at times it can just be completely intertwined and go both ways. So this person who's emotionally unavailable could have a ton of desire for you as well, and just still be around and still be in your life in a specific way, but maybe a conditional way. And right now it's just surface level and it's desire. They're just not able to open up. So there's a couple of different messages there. That depends on your situation. Now, the gift and blessings, more than meets the eye, undisclosed information, action behind the scenes. And this is all about whatever you don't know right now, you don't need to know. It's a blessing. Whatever's being withheld, whether it's done on purpose or whether it's just something that doesn't make sense or doesn't add up, it's fine. And you need to do your best to just accept that there are going to be things about people and about situations that you're just not going to know. You're not going to have the answers to. And this has to do with, I hope this doesn't move the camera. Hang on one second. Just going to, it says love song, melody, and harmony. So this really has to do with the relationship itself, and whatever is going on behind the scenes in the gift and blessings position that you aren't aware of could actually be a good thing. This could help your relationship along. Sometimes if we know too much, we start to analyze too much, and we start to question everything, and we start to put so much pressure on situations that they never work out the way we want them to, because we become so attached to them and to the outcome. So if you can find a way to accept the fact that there's things going on right now behind the scenes that you don't know about, it will be able to bring a lot more harmony into your life, whether it's with this person or just on your own, within your own psyche, as a way to find personal peace. And the lessons that you're learning, this is an unfinished love story. More to be written, incomplete tale, lack of closure. So this is definitely something that is not over yet. And the story, it's not written. It's just whatever is going on. Not only is it not over, but there's still so many questions right here with assessing the relationship potential, but there's unfinished business here. And somebody right now is just unable to go forward in the way that you would like them to go forward, because they're stuck and they're dealing with some shadows and some stuff from the past, and it's keeping them super closed and super unavailable right now on an emotional level. So in regards to this unfinished love story, let's just follow up with a clarifying card. We have confusion, communication breakdown. So there's a couple of messages. Some of you, you're not supposed to know. You're all supposed to be exactly where you're at. But if you're confused, you're supposed to be. If the communication is breaking down, it's supposed to, because from a breakdown, usually we get a breakthrough and then we have a revival. So this to me is very positive, because you're learning how to navigate this unfinished love story, maybe in ways that are very uncomfortable. You might be dealing with uncharted territory, and this confusion probably doesn't help. It probably doesn't make things easier when you try to communicate with someone and you feel like you're hitting a wall, or you have a conversation and then you're more confused at the end of it. Sometimes people's actions don't add up to their words, but at the end of the day, not all hope is lost here, because from communication breakdowns, there's an opportunity to get it right and to come closer again if both parties are willing, because we all do have free will. Now, in the guidance, we have divine intervention, change of plans, fate and destiny, love offer, and belief. So it's quite simple. Whatever's going to happen, even though it's not a predictive position, whatever's going to happen, that's the way God wants it. If you believe in God or universe or spirit or source, whatever's changing, it's fated, because this is the divine stepping in. And there's definitely emotions on the line. Just because they're closed off doesn't mean they don't exist, because you might have someone's heart in your hands and you might feel this so strongly, and you might know that there's love and devotion, and you might be wondering and questioning, okay, what's really going on, and what's healthy for me and what's not healthy for me, and should I do this or should I not do this? This person's too closed off, but I'm so attracted to them and there's so much I don't know. And but you just feel like there's just so much that's unfinished, and if it's finished and there's no closure, you're just left confused. So that's not fun for anyone. So this, to me, this is beautiful, guys, because we have divine intervention, change of plans. So whatever's been going wrong, if you keep believing that it will go right, it will eventually. But you do have somebody who cares about you very, very deeply. So watch how you treat the person, watch how you speak, watch your actions, because just because they're not showing it doesn't mean that it's not how they feel. They just might be dealing with so much right now that's just so heavy, and they might have to elevate their own vibration for their own soul's growth as well. And I just want to bring this up forward so we can see it. It says belief. The trigger statement says it is too late. And the true statement says, I am free to believe. You're clearing away beliefs, energy, and memories that no longer serve you, so the necessary decisions will be made. So you might be really confused and you might not know what to do. Should I stay? Should I go? Is it worth it? Is it too negative? Can it be healthy? Can it be harmonious? Will this person ever open up? But think about your own beliefs and believe that you are free to believe whatever you want to believe, and do your best to clear that negative energy and clear away beliefs and memories that no longer serve you, that are from the past as well and not in the present, so that you can make the decisions here with the assessing relationship potential that you need to make, especially if you're feeling confused. So this is, to me, like you're learning all about how to navigate this relationship and the confusion and not really knowing versus feeling like you're knowing and then being confused again. You're learning you have a choice. You can stay or you can go. But whatever you believe, a belief is like a table. You have your belief on top and you have the legs, which are the reasons. If you can knock down those reasons, the belief goes away. It's as long as you have that belief supported by the things you tell yourself, it'll always remain. So whether it's a negative belief or a positive belief, if it's not serving, if it's positive, it's serving you. But if it's a negative belief and it's not serving you, do your best to clear it away, along with memories and things that are triggering you to stay like feeling literally stuck in the past, so that you can move forward. So I hope this one resonates with you guys, for those who picked this pile. If not, feel free to pick another pile. Happy full moon and blessings to you. Pile number 2 is coming up. Okay, so for those of you who picked pile number 2, the green Adventurine, let's get right into it. What is the current energy of the full moon in Aries bringing to you? And wow, we got soulmates right off the bat, meant to be, kindred spirits, and love. So that's great energy. Let's see what this is about. Okay, conflict, different pages. There's definitely someone you're really connected to. This could definitely be meant to be, but right now, for whatever reason, this relationship, this soul connection, this kindred spirits is dealing with some conflict where you might be on different pages. You might not want the same things. You might not see things the same way. You might feel like you're even possibly going in different directions, which can be making you feel like you're questioning the whole entire thing. And the theme to all of this is we have higher state of consciousness, purity of thought, clarity of vision. This is to show you whatever conflict is happening here with this soulmate connection. It's to elevate your consciousness. Perhaps you're seeing things in such a close-up focused way that you can't see them exactly for what they are, and you're not getting the clarity that you need. So around this full moon in Aries, really pay attention to the signs and take your time to go deep within and really, really think and ask yourself questions that you need to ask yourself about this conflict and whether or not you two can get onto the same page. And you'll do, sorry, and with that, hopefully the answers will come clear, because with full moons, things are revealed anyways. But this will elevate your state of consciousness, especially if you're stuck in a specific way of thinking and viewing this person and this relationship. And you might get the answers that you're looking for. If not, your perception could possibly change. And to clarify this, we have picture perfect social media. So if you're looking at someone's social media, please stop. It's not healthy. It's not going to help. Social media is not real. I made these 2 decks for those of you who don't know, because I haven't announced it yet at any point in this video. But this card is all about the fakeness and the facade that people put on social media. And at the same time, it's a reminder that what we see on social media, posing for a picture, it takes 2 seconds. But what goes on in real life, in reality, you'll never know unless you're there around this person. So you might be in a situation, some of you are dealing with a third party situation, and you're going and you're looking at their social media, or you're going and you're looking at the other person's social media, and you're wondering what's going on, and that's probably why there's conflict. Or you're not in a third party situation and someone's looking at your social media and you're posting things to try to get someone's attention. And if that's the case for those of you, you don't need to do that. Okay, because if someone's really your soulmate, you don't have to make like everything is perfect. You don't have to come off a certain way. You can just be who you are regardless of the conflict. It's not going to change how they feel about you if you try to be something you're not, because you know what? They're going to feel it anyway. And if this is you looking at their social media and it's not a third party situation, don't do it. There might be 1 or 2 things that you have seen recently that are starting to make you question things. And I can't tell you if what you're seeing is bull or if it's actually legit and real. But do your best. If you want this clarity to come, you got to stay off of social media in regards to what you're going to look at, whether it's them, if it's a third party, if it's the other person, or whether it's what they're doing, if they're online, if they're not. You won't get the answers you need by finding it on social media. Okay? Now, the underlying energy to all of this is dark night of the soul, spiritual quest, and buried pain. So someone is going through a very, very, very difficult time right now. Don't believe what you see. Believe other things, but don't believe what you see on social media specifically. And this is probably why you're dealing with this conflict, because somebody is probably not able to meet you right now at the same place because they're not looking in the same direction as you are. And this could also be you who's dealing with this dark night of the soul, where you could be feeling so confused and so conflicted within the soulmate situation that it's really difficult for you. And you might really want to elevate your consciousness, but you might be so consumed with the 3D world and what's going on social media. And it could all just be like a cluster, you know what, of a whole bunch of crap just getting inside your mind. And it's not helping. But I do feel like this is your person as opposed to the viewer and whoever you're thinking about. So they could just be feeling really lost right now and dealing with a lot of things that are making them feel really weighed down and really, really conflicted and really, really unsure. And they might be having a really hard time finding their own clarity and purity of thought. And the underlying energy to this is we have the thaw, frozen hearts melting. So that's really positive to me, because at some point, regardless of how long it takes, when we have a dark night of the soul situation, eventually we get through it and the sun comes out again. So when someone's heart is frozen, it can unfreeze when the time is right. So to me, this is about, you're dealing with someone who's going through a difficult time. They care about you very much, and you have to sort of find a way to purify your thoughts and get really clear on the situation, regardless of what they're going through. Because right now, I feel like they're trying to heal and they're trying to melt their heart, but right now they're just still a little bit stuck on a couple of things. So if you really care about this person, you have to do your best to understand that and accept where they are and give them time to see if they will thaw out, or if things will thaw out. Now, the challenge, we have frozen in time, paused, on hold, and stagnant. So this could be in the challenge position, this could be unthawing right now, because in the challenge position, it can always be seen as the opposite. And at the same time, things could be, I mean, we have the thaw and frozen in time, and these are two different decks. So this could be unfreezing in the challenge position, because it's almost like reading in reversals. It takes on a different meaning, and sometimes it takes on the opposite meaning. So I'm feeling for some of you, it will mean this literally. Things might be on pause right now. Things might be on hold right now. Things might be stagnant. But for some, things might literally be unfreezing. And the underlying energy to this is we have renewal, luck, and happiness. So either way, do your best to just let them be. Let it happen. Let it renew itself, because love and happiness can definitely come back if it was lost. But at the same time, it can also come in through natural time and through divine timing as well. So if something is frozen and you keep trying to de-thaw it, what happens? You chip away and you chip away. And then when it does thaw out, it's not the same as what it was when it froze. So try not to pick away and just understand that your person right now is going through their own thing that they're dealing with, and just believe as much as you can in the fact that, you know, this is just temporary, and renewal will happen with or without this person. It might be very challenging around this full moon to feel lucky and to feel like happiness is on your side, but there's always something around the corner. Things never stay the same forever. So if things are frozen now, don't try and unthaw it, leave it be, and eventually it will unthaw naturally one way or another, and you will feel happy and lucky again. In the gift and blessings position, we have sparks flying, passions ignite, curiosity, fun, and flirting. So there's definitely either somebody new coming in that will ignite your fire again, or it could absolutely very well be about this person. And I really think it is. So there's definitely still a spark. There's still a vibe. There's still a connection. I mean, we got the soulmate cards here, but right now there's some conflict going on. But it doesn't mean that just because there's conflict, that the energy and that fire and that passion that you have for each other isn't there. And you can still, you know, depending on if you're in complete separation or not, you can still do your best to keep things fun and flirty, but there's still a curiosity there on both ends, right? I made this deck, so I made this card, and I knew what I was seeing and what I was channeling when I was putting this together. This is a full heart. This isn't a broken heart. This isn't a heart that's missing a piece. So this is energy exchanging both ways. And what's so beautiful is the underlying card for this is two hearts as one, timeless connection. So that to me is literally like a soulmate card. And we have the soulmate here, and here they are connected. So this is in the gift and blessings position. Regardless of what's happening outside here, you need to hold on to that if you want to have any chance of this relationship moving forward in regards to seeing what could possibly happen at some point down the road with this connection. Now, this video might click off and right back on. And if it does, it's just a little glitch at the 30-minute mark. So with the lessons that you are learning, we have clear skies, forward movement, and smooth sailing. So you're learning how to get rid of all these things that are stopping this relationship from moving forward right now. And part of that has to do with your own empowerment and learning how to tame the beast within. Because, you might want something so badly and so strongly, and you might feel so deserving of it, and you might feel so connected to this person and wanting so badly for things to work out a certain way, and the desire could be really strong, but that's not going to help anything move any faster. You have to let the skies clear on their own and let nature take its course. And sorry, it didn't click off. And in the guidance position, we have psychic portal, intuition, visions, and answers. This is no ordinary love. And we have a heart chakra card all about forgiveness. It says, I did not deserve this. That's the trigger statement. And the true statement says, I forgive. Allow the labels of judgment to disappear. See the situations and individuals through your heart. Forgive yourself. So whatever this person's going through, that's this dark night of the soul, or whatever it is that you're going through, that's this dark night of the soul, it's about forgiveness. And it's not about playing victim and saying, I didn't deserve this, and why is this happening, and why is this stuck, and I'm going to do everything I can to take control. No, it's about forgiving and allowing things to literally just like fade away, and do your best to see things and people through your heart and not what your eyes see on social media. Okay? And in the guidance position, you have a lot of answers. Your intuition, things that you're feeling, things that you're seeing. For whoever's picked this pile, you're in this psychic portal right now where your intuition is working overtime. So trust it. And this card to me is a confirmation that this really is no ordinary love. I mean, we have the soulmate, we have timeless connection, we have renewal, we have sparks flying. This is generally positive. It just seems like things right now aren't progressing the way you would like them to, and things are on hold, but it doesn't mean that the love is not there. And one of the most important things that I've seen about love and about connections is that without forgiveness, it goes nowhere. So try and stay off the looking and the wondering and the trying to analyze, and do your best to forgive anything that has happened that has made you feel defeated or bad or betrayed or however it is, or whatever this person might have inflicted upon you, and try and see whatever conflict or whatever differences you're having right now with this soulmate connection as a blessing, and see it through your heart, because we all have free will, and just because this is no ordinary love doesn't mean that things are always going to work out like a fairy tale ending. But when the love is there, forgiveness is really a lot easier, as opposed to when there isn't love. And through forgiveness, we're able to let go of things, and things are able to become unfrozen, and things are able to renew themselves. So I hope this reading resonates with you guys, and I wish you a beautiful full moon in Aries. And now we're going to move on to pile number 3. Okay, for those of you who picked pile number 3, the Peach Moonstone, let's get right into it. The energy of the full moon in Aries for you is all about confusion and uncertainty, head games. You might be going through a really tough time. You might be really, really angry for some of you. I made these decks, so when this card comes out, you could be feeling like somebody is playing games with you, or somebody literally could be playing games with you, and this could be getting the better of you, where it's taking up your time and your thoughts, and you don't know what to believe, and it's not a very fun feeling, and it can tend to make us really angry. And the underlying energy to this is, most of this is self-inflicted. I hate to say it, but I just got to be honest. Some of you might be playing victim, and it might be time to set yourself free. We cannot change anybody. We cannot change the way they are, the way they think, the way they feel. We cannot love somebody to the point where we make them love us. And if somebody is playing games with us, or if we feel that we are getting a ton of uncertainty and hesitation, and we're in a situation where we're not feeling good, it might be time to look at the role that we're playing and ask yourself, how much of this are you allowing, and why are you engaging? But not really why, but if you were to stop engaging, would the confusion and uncertainty still be there? How much of this are you doing to yourself. If somebody is treating you in a way that you don't like, are you allowing it? Or are you setting boundaries? So if this is very much like the Eight of Swords to when I made this card, this is self-inflicted. This is very easy. This girl is lying in the middle of the street. She can get up. Like, I know you can't see her legs, but she can get up. And it's not woe is me. It's about getting up. And it's about whoever's effing with your mind, putting your foot down, literally getting up and putting your foot down and saying, you know what, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. I'm not going to hurt myself anymore. I'm not going to allow anybody trample with their dirty feet through my mind and confuse me. And if I'm not getting what I want, if I don't like the way I'm being treated, I am going to remove myself from the situation. So that was pretty heavy. The theme to all of this has to do with promises, commitments, contracts, and bonds. Somebody could have been telling you a lot. Somebody could have been selling you a lot of goods that they did not fulfill on. Somebody could have made a lot of promises that they were ready to commit. They could have made a commitment to you, but it could have been a false one where they said it, but their actions aren't lining up with their words. But there is a bond here, okay? Let's see what else is going on with this theme. What's this about? This is a love story. Shelter from the storm. Okay, so let's backtrack. Right now, the energy for this full moon is about a lot of uncertainty and confusion coming up, where we're going to be asking ourselves, what role are we playing in our own suffering? But there is a bond. There is another person involved. There is love involved. But sometimes through love brings out a ton of other emotions like confusion and uncertainty, but also rage, desperation, attachment, leaning, codependency. So it's about finding that happy medium of what goes with these promises and these commitments and this love story. And the minute you see that you've passed that point and it's not love anymore and it doesn't feel like love anymore, it's time to do something about it. You don't just stay there. You have to do something about it should you feel that you are being messed with in your head, or if you're the one that's messing with your own head. This is a reminder that there is a love story going on, but there's something going on with promises that someone made that is not working out and it's starting to mess with your head. The underlying energy is there are some things that are not being revealed to you, okay? There's some hidden truths. There's some secrets. There's some invisible details. Now, this could be going both ways. There could be things you don't want to admit to yourself, things that you're hiding from yourself on purpose that you don't want to have to face, things that you're keeping from another person as well, and they could be doing this to you as well. Scandal seems a little harsh, so I don't want anybody to worry, but there's definitely things that you don't know right now that may come out during this full moon or soon after. But in regards to the current energy, and this being the underlying energy to this confusion and uncertainty that have to do with these promises and commitments and contracts, there are things that are being kept from you that have not revealed themselves. And the underlying energy the clarifying card for that is we have electricity, forward movement. That's okay. It's okay. I know it sounds strange to say that's okay, but it's okay right now to not know certain things, because not knowing will bring movement. Because if we can just find a way to accept the fact that we're not going to know everything and that it is what it is, even if it hurts, it allows us to move. It allows us to move on. It allows us to move forward. It allows us to say, you know what, this is what it is. I get it. I'm not going to stay stuck in it, and I'm going to move forward, regardless of if these truths or not come out, because your intuition could be telling you enough as it is for you to know that it's time to move forward. Or you might feel ready to confront this person, and through that, there will be forward movement. Now, in the challenge position, we have magnetic attraction, head over heels, caution to the wind. So this is a very, very strong bond. This is like all common sense just goes out the window. There's a full moon in the sky. There's passion. It's magnetic. You can't stay away from each other even if you tried. But at times, situations like that can tend to be really unhealthy. And the underlying energy is somebody's got their heart on the line. Somebody is really emotionally invested. This could be you, this could be your person, this could be both. But I mean, we have promises, we have love story, but there are some things going on that just aren't quote unquote kosher. And in the challenge position, the magnetic attraction could be so strong that you could be so aware of this. It could just be so difficult for you to just get up and walk away. And at the same time, the attraction could be dwindling a little bit in a sense is like, because there's so much confusion and because you feel like you're so emotionally invested, you might not feel as inspired to want to see the person or be around the person. But for the most part, I feel like the challenge is getting over this magnetic attraction and staying away from things that bring confusion and uncertainty, because the pull is just so strong and somebody is really, really emotionally invested in this. And the gift and blessings here is there is a change in plans and there's a new road ahead, and it says moving on. So we have forward movement and moving on. So that to me is awesome. This card, when I made this deck, this is all Uranian energy. This is about things happening. Boom. We never saw it coming. And all of a sudden we're moving in a new direction and things shift and the light is coming up, whether you see this as the sun coming up or the light at the end of the tunnel or a final clarity, a point of destination. It's a gift and a blessing, whatever changes in the situation, because whether it's with this person or without, there's definitely a new road ahead, which is very, very positive. And the underlying energy is yin and yang. We have energetic balance. So if the energy has been out of balance, then this is a perfect time. Sorry, let me just move these. Sorry for the messiness. This is a perfect time to bring that balance that's so necessary back in. So perhaps through this full moon, there'll be a chance to open up and these hidden truths may come out. Whatever is being withheld can be clarified, and we can bring it from this to this where, okay, you've spoken, you've made some decisions, you've brought back your bond, and you've realized that you're at a place of energy exchange where it's in balance and you're on the same page, or you restore your own energetic balance by walking away from a situation that isn't serving you or that's messing with your head. The lessons you're learning, that this is so beautiful. It's temporary worry, all is well. And lust bound, all I want is you. So do your best not to freak out if you are, and not to send your brain into overdrive, because whatever is going on right now, it could be something that you're just exaggerating. It might not be a good situation. Somebody could be in the wrong, but it might be something that you're just exaggerating and going over and over in your head that really is just a temporary situation, and the storm will clear. Because this card here, all I want is you, this is the cover of the deck. It's the cover card that I chose. It's very Harlequin, old school romance, 80s style. And I don't know, I love this card. But all I want is you. Like, all I see is you. All I want is you. And we have this love story, this heart on the line, the magnetic attraction. So your person does want to be around you from these cards, and so do you want to be around this person. You might want it right now a little bit more stronger or strongly than your person. You might be a little bit more invested, which is why you're dealing with this confusion and uncertainty. They might be keeping a lot of things from you where they're not really divulging how they feel, but this is a very, very positive reading, because there's an opportunity here to shift the situation and still keep intact all of the love and desire that is still there. It's all about this. Are you being toxic to yourself? And are you making little things into big things? And I'm not saying that it's different for everybody. This could be a very, very big truth, but whatever it is, if you can get to the bottom of it, it will bring forward movement. But at the end of the day, in the lessons that you're learning how to deal with things that make you worried, but you should know that all is well. Whoops. Sorry about that. And I don't like to give predictions because I don't ever want, I'm not God and we all have free will, and I don't like to, really get that specific, but it's really going both ways. Even though it might not feel so strong, to me, this reading, for those who pick this pile, this person does want you. What they will do about it, I can't say, but it's going both ways. So this should not be a situation that should be really, really, worked on and stuck on, in a sense, as like you're so convinced that, that it's just not going to work out and that the other person's playing games with you. Do your best to just let go and let God and just follow the road and what the universe brings to you. Now, in the guidance position, we have soul purification, purging toxic emotions, self-forgiveness, absolution, timing, universal law, and liberated. So do your best over this full moon in Aries to purify yourself, purge any toxic emotions and toxic behaviors that you may be inflicting upon yourself that's causing any confusions. Forgive yourself for things you might have done that you're still holding on to, that you might be questioning. You can't go back and change it. Let it out. Timing is everything. Universal law. We can't force anything, but we can control how we respond, how we react, what we engage in. We cannot control the outcome of the situation. So that leads me perfectly to the following card, liberated. The trigger statement says, what happens next? See, it says adaptable, right? True statement, I am divinely connected. Dear soul, please remember that you will never walk alone. So regardless of where you're moving on to, because you're moving on, and whether this energetic balance will be something that you bring forth from within, you're definitely have the ability within your heart chakra to liberate yourself from any confusion and anything that could be self-inflicted. And if you don't like, again, if you don't like the way someone's treating you or dealing with you or handling you, you can adapt. And instead of asking what happens next, you can just say to yourself, you know what? It's universal law, universal timing. I'm divinely connected. And no matter what happens, God has my back. So if you can, let go and let God, because temporary worry, all is well. So I hope this reading resonated with you guys. I wish you a beautiful full moon in Aries, and feel free to leave your comments in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys soon. My decks will be available for purchase down below if anybody is interested, and they do come with videos that I send you on how to work with them, what the cards mean, and how to use them with other decks as well. So thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.